13 Love, everybody. Your man back at it again. This video here is about sacrifice. There's many forms of sacrifice. Most people think of sacrifice as like giving up something. Alright? Most of the time when you sacrificing something, it's usually for a greater good. You'll, for instance, sacrifice time for your quote unquote money. Or that's what you may call it. I call it something else. Fiat notes. That's what I call it. Let's see. You would sacrifice an item. For example, giving it away. You give that item away, making a sacrifice. You know? Sacrifice your freedom. Most people sacrifice their time all the time. Another form of sacrifice is like more, that was like you could say, well, that is kind of literal. You got literal sacrifice and you got like sacrifice that's like metaphor, you know? Like there's a bunch of sacrifice, but most people are wondering, do they really do those sacrifices, right? Like you wondering, like, are those sacrifices real? You know what I'm talking about, the whole Illuminati conspiracy or whatever, sacrifice and shit. Like people think like it's not real, but most of the time when you look at the facts on these, because I know I'm not the only one that watch these videos and shit and see these things and stuff and see events happening in the world and see what's going on, and then you don't stop and think about it. Well, I'll stop and think about it. Not everyone stops and think about it. Maybe you stopped and think about it because you're watching this video here and you're like, maybe that was a sacrifice. Well, I'm here to tell you, nigga, that shit was a sacrifice, nigga. They trying to sacrifice you right now. As you watch this video, they trying to sacrifice you. How, you may ask? Now, I'm gonna have to take it back a little bit. You know, like when the Bible and they talk about how they sacrificed animals, right? Worshipping them golden calves, false idols. Now they got you worshiping the false idols in the Hollywood, casting spells, casting, forecasting, the weather changing. Sacrifices. You make a sacrifice. But let me get back to it. So it started off where they would sacrifice animals to these gods, lower entities that tricked them and shit. But not everyone was tricked, because some of them knew beforehand not to sacrifice to these gods or whatever you may call them, demons, demigods, the ones that want you to worship them, the ones that want you to bow down. So there you have it. You got animal sacrifices, right? I've seen this in a movie before. It was called fuck, what was the name of that movie? You probably seen it before. It's about a guy that's marketing. He's in the marketing business in Russia. And he made a sacrifice in the movie. He sacrificed a red calf during the sunrise or whatever. But yeah, and he started seeing shit. He was able to see the beings around him and stuff. And it's funny, in that movie, he started a company that was vegan. No. He marketed a vegan company and they took over because he found out about how the food was called, like, he would see like the spirits attached to people and make them eat certain foods, like these dead burgers and stuff. So, alright, there you have it. You got the animal sacrifice, and then to put it further, you got like human sacrifice. where they'll sacrifice a human. I know you've probably heard, like in Eminem's song Rap God, you could sacrifice virgins too. He even says in his song. So this stuff is like really out there. Like they even putting it in your face for you to see. So obviously, so it's something about it, you know. Like these events that's happening. I don't really need to talk about too much of it, but you can see, you can tell when it's a sacrifice. Now, how are they trying to sacrifice you is what you may ask. Now, they get you to eat the animals, cause that is the sacrifice. Then you sacrificing yourself, cause there's something called divine laws out here that's been put in place, and we're not supposed to eat the animals, cause we're supposed to learn from them and live alongside them, because they're our family. If you want to use that word, right? So they'll tell you you're blessed. And now all of these people use these words like blessed and bliss. Bliss and bless is the same word. You just take the E and put an I. That's bliss, bless is the same thing. Bless means to blood sacrifice, to mark with blood. A, a pagan sprinkling on altar, a blood sprinkling on pagan altars. Now, there's nothing wrong with paganism, but at the same hand, there is something wrong with it, because paganism is when you're living with the forces of nature, but there's like agreeable and disagreeable. As some other messengers that came, they've spoke on this already, so I'm not even gonna elaborate. There's alright, so that's a form of sacrifice because they want to bless you and stuff. Be less, or sell your being, sell be, sell 13, sell your soul, sacrifice. And then most of the people that sold their souls did sacrifices. So when the blood goes in, like when you eating it, it turns to blood inside of your blood and is mixing up with your blood and changing you. And right now is a special time where you get to get out of this. You actually have a chance to get out of this beast consciousness or beast state of mind where you all thinking about, like most people think about sex. That's sex, and they thinking about chasing this fiat notes, which is sacrificing themselves and their energy. You having sex, and then you're not thinking about procreating. You're not thinking about having a child with the woman. You're thinking, or with the man. You're thinking about getting that nut off, and you're sacrificing yourself, cause he pulls out. His mind gone. He's gone. Your brain is getting smaller. You sacrificing your brain now. You sacrificing yourself through the drugs. You sacrificing yourself through a lot of things. Not drinking the water. You got to keep the waters pure. You got to be by the laws of Ma'at, the balance. She's the one with the feathers. That's where the concept of angels come from. Yeah, but there's more sacrifice. Sacrificing children. You may not know it, and it may sound crazy, but abortion is sacrificing a child. If you don't know that, aborting a baby, sacrificing a child, and then they use the cells from that child and put it in your drinks and stuff, and some of your foods. They eating babies in China, got them in jars and stuff. Sacrifice of yeah, that's about it. I'm gonna holla at y'all. Come at y'all with another video and shit. Sacrifice. Matter of fact, sacrifice. Sakra. Sacred fights or sacred fights. There's a sacred fight going on right now. Holla at me. Get your gear up. You already know. 13 love, y'all. I love you.